In this video, we want to explore the data analytics functionalities that Knime has to offer, and take a tour of the node repository. You'll find it in your Knime workbench here in the bottom left-hand corner. It contains the nodes that can be used in your workflow. The nodes are organised in categories. Each category represents a specific functionality in data analytics. Let's have a look at the different categories. I/O contains the nodes you need to access data for file reading and writing using a number of file formats, such as CSV, Excel, PMML, images, tables, and more. Table is the Knime proprietary format for reading and writing data. This category doesn't contain just the nodes for file operations, but for data generation too, sending emails and for file handling for local and remote files. The manipulation category contains nodes for filtering, aggregating, and transforming data tables. For example, for column operations, we have a number of column filters, c-binning, conversions, joining, splitting, and a number of transformation nodes. Just to quote three of the nodes most used here, we have the joiner to join two tables, string manipulation to modify the content of string-type column cells, and the normalizer node to force a column range into a defined interval. In the row subcategory, there are lots of filter nodes, also nodes for aggregation, partitioning, and sampling, and there are nodes for other row-based operations. The views category contains nodes for visualization. The analytics category is an important category. It contains all the statistics and machine learning algorithms necessary for data analytics. In mining, for example, you can find nodes for classification, clustering, ensemble learning, regression, dimensionality reduction, feature selection, and so on. The DB, database integration category, contains the dedicated connector nodes for specific DB and the general DB connector node, nodes for in-database processing, nodes for reading, writing, and updating database tables, and other nodes for useful database operations. The scripting category contains nodes for R, Python, and Java integrations, allowing you to integrate script in your visual Knime workflow. Besides the script editors, these nodes provide helpful features, such as syntax checking and reusable templates. In the tools and services category, you'll find nodes to integrate tools. These nodes interact with external services, for example via Spark queries or REST. Note the queries execute in the background, and the nodes offer a full graphic user interface instead of a script editor. Knime Labs is a special category for new nodes. New means newly released by Knime or newly produced by the research and academic communities, for example deep learning. When these nodes have reached maturity, they are moved into more appropriate categories. Workflow control. This category contains nodes to parameterize workflows. For example, the variables subcategory contains the nodes to create and manipulate flow variables, and you'll find nodes to create parallel branches inside a workflow in the switches subcategory. Well, I feel almost overwhelmed by the number of nodes, so how do I find the one I want? Use the search box up here. For example, let's say I want to find a filter node. I type filter, and I get the list of all the nodes that have the word filter in their name. Now though, I want to look for grouping nodes. I type in the word grouping, but I don't get any hits. That doesn't make sense. I know there must be nodes to perform grouping functions. Let's try again, but we'll activate the fuzzy search. This finds fuzzy matches, a list of nodes that are somehow related to the word grouping. See now, after entering the word grouping in the fuzzy search, I get a list of nodes related to the word grouping. And with that, we now conclude our tour of the node repository.